Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy Friday, everyone, and happy new Bitcoin all-time high. I hope everyone's doing well and is long from earlier this week or maybe last week. Um, yeah, it seems like all the shorts from yesterday has pretty much been squeezed out, but we are still heavily short. I mean, I'm just going to put this on the 1 hour just to see. I mean, we're still kind of balancing around 66 to 70, 67% shorts in the market. So still a lot more to burn, of course. Last night at 5 a.m., we actually ticked over 70% short accounts in the market, which is absolutely mental. And you can see that was around here just before we had this big green dildo, Shrek dildo candle up. But yeah, pretty fun price action. I mean, we're just doing the thing, aren't we? And I probably expect this to stop maybe at 120. But to be honest, I'm not really that sure where it's going to stop. Uh, so yeah, I'm just going to hold my longs until then. But yeah, pretty happy with the price action. I'm obviously long on quite a lot of alts, so I'm definitely holding most of my trades. Like I've obviously taken like between 30 and 40% profit on a lot of them. But I think I'm going to hold like at least half the trade just because I'm expecting alt rotation quite soon. In terms of all the book, there's not there's not too much stuff here. There is a little bit below us. Actually, that's more than a little bit. There's 410 Bitcoin at 117.4, another 350 at 117.1. So for now, that's in place. Just above us, we've got only 134 at 118.9. So looks like, you know, for now, we're doing the thing, we're doing the uptrend, and yeah, long to short ratio still heavily in the burn zone. In terms of local liquidity, we've obviously taken a lot of stuff to the upside. There's not really that much to talk about on this. Uh, to be honest, we might have to get like a higher time frame out. But there is quite a lot still at 107 that we left over just from this wick on what's the 8th? That was 3 days ago, so Tuesday. From the Tuesday low. Or Monday or Tuesday ish, around there, depending on your time zone. But yeah, to the upside, not really that much. I think as soon as we see a little bit of a cool off on the long to short ratio, we're going to have a pretty hefty retrace and retest. Probably around 112k. That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, it's a bit too early to tell, and let's just just enjoy the bumpiness. So let me change my screen, and we'll go into some of the things that we were talking about earlier this week, and potentially some new things as well. So So yeah, Bitcoin, we're in a blue sky breakout. We're obviously super overbought on the oscillator, and the retail stablecoin demand is very high. So you would expect a pullback to come soon, but obviously you need to pair this with a breakdown, especially in some like local structure. We're just kind of not really getting that yet. I mean, yeah, you kind of need to wait for something a bit more significant, especially on the hourly. Um, but yeah, I mean, pump it up, innit? Like, let's have a look where the daily combination bands come in. And if there's any, yeah, we are getting into this liquidation pocket now. So I feel like 119, 120 is maybe where we're going to stop quite soon. We're also getting heavily overbought on the daily oscillator as well. Retail stablecoin demand is coming, still got a little bit more room to run on the daily, but yeah, all in all, that's looking like potentially that's actually quite thick there on the daily. So yeah, we are getting into that area, and I would definitely watch out for some lower time frame breakdowns. Definitely don't short yet though. Like definitely don't short yet. And I mean, if we do come back down and see a retrace anywhere between sort of like, I mean, you got the all-time high swing at 111.5 ish, 112, and then you also got obviously all of this stuff down here, which you can just draw a fib from here to here where we stop. And yeah, between there is probably going to be your area to relong. But yeah, just keep an eye on the long to short ratio if we do start coming back down. And yeah, I do think this swing is the first one that will be tested once we get the breakdown. But yeah, it's not happened yet. So nice, very nice and cool. Bitcoin Dom. I was talking about potentially getting a little bit of a bounce from May to June. We haven't got that yet, but still, if we get a bearish retest of here and a rejection, it's still going to look good for potentially coming lower. And also get a little bit of a breathing room. So I do think that when Bitcoin does stop, I hope or I think we're going to get a little bit of a rotation. ETH Bitcoin has been making some very nice moves, and we have obviously regained this swing that we were talking about. Let me just take these bands off so it's a bit easier to see. This one here around June. So yeah, it's still looking really good for alts as well, and I am expecting a little bit more fireworks from them at some point. ETH as well. I mean, let's just have a look at the daily. We have cleared this swing now, which is really, really good. The swing at let me just check that the stream's okay. Yeah, the stream's fine because I didn't switch my screen. The swing at about so just around here about 2870, 2820, 2870, just around there. This one and this one. We have cleared this as of right now and closed the daily candle above. So this is a really good breakout as of right now. If we do see some lower time frame breakdowns, we're obviously expecting a retest here and maybe even deeper around here. But I think this one potentially will hold. And yeah, we could also just keep squeezing up into the yearly open as well. But it looks really good, man. It just it looks fun. It looks great. We're obviously again we're getting overbought in the daily oscillator and coming up to resistance in the combination band as well. So just be aware of where we are and just don't short until you see some like hourly breakdowns or something like that. So it'll be something like break below this level or the daily. Where's the daily? Please load, sir. Break below here, pull a fib from there to there, and then just like short the retest, you know, something like that. If you do want to catch any shorts, I'm personally not because I'm just not really on the charts that much at the moment, but you guys definitely can. But yeah, it's looking really good. I'm really really happy. So let's have a look at Sol. We might as well just go through like everything. So we've got a little bit of resistance here, just at about 169, 170, 168, 170. But yeah, if we potentially do find this as resistance, we have actually broken below the daily open. If we do find resistance here or here, I would expect this to come back down and do an actual retest in here. And you could probably pull a fib on the hourly from there to there, if this is the breakdown, to get your first side pocket around here in between sort of like 158 and 156-ish area. But yes, this is actually kind of like not doing as well. So let's just see this move is about 13%. And this ETH move is about 20%. So yeah, that's pretty fun to see. Let's actually delete that now because that's not relevant at all whatsoever. Let's have a look at XRP. So XRP is crabbing up. I'm actually going to get a new chart out just so we can see this a little bit better. XRP also getting the breakout. I mean, I'm not really that interested in XRP at all, but yeah, I guess like it always looks so simple when in hindsight. But I'm just saying that if you get like a divergence on the daily, you hit a low also on the daily, and you get this like Rito stablecoin demand reversal, it's very, very likely that it's going to be some sort of bottom. And yeah, we've had the uptick. We are at resistance now, so definitely be careful with longing this at the moment. Yeah, this is definitely going to act as some resistance. But anyway, I'm not really too interested in XRP, if I'm being honest. So let's talk about some of the trades, and then we'll take some requests. So, Sorry, I was just looking for a place to set some sell limits on that. Let's actually get the Binance trade. So first of all, Pepe was given in the Pro Sigs. It was from here to here, touched perfectly. So we got long round here, and yeah, we're up. Jesus Christ, guys. 39% from wick to wick, pretty much. It's probably a little bit less, but still, really, really crazy price action on this. Again, now that we've made a new high, it's definitely possible that you could pull a fib from here to probably here if this is going to be the high. And then if we start seeing the breakdown, your reload zone is going to be somewhere back in here. But yeah, really good. I'm really happy with it as well. Popcat, the same. I mean, I've drawn some new ones, but let me just take them off for now. Just because I want to know where to... I'll just draw them again anyway. Popcat was similar. We made a new high. We pulled the fib from here. And I actually said the zone in the Pro Sig. So from here, giga long. I've got 2 longs on. One 3x cross and one like... one was just like an isolated. This is done nearly 40% as well. So if you're not into like shitties, then you're kind of missing out a little bit. But yeah, you have to trade on really like low leverage and stuff like that. Again, Fartcoin did the same. I haven't even removed this this fib, but yeah, it was bumbling around here, like right on the combination band as well at the same time. And this one's not done as well, but I think it looks like it wants to break out. That's actually done 30% to be fair, so really, really nice moves. Definitely be taking some profit. And again, we are getting up to resistance. This actually has a tiny bit more room to run. This could actually go up into like 145, between 145 and 155. But yeah, definitely be like de-risking and taking some profit on a lot of these trades because, I mean, they've absolutely blasted, haven't they? It's been a good one. So yeah, those were in the Pro Sigs. So that's about it for the actual trades. I'm obviously also in hype, which I have sold a bit just now, but this also looks like it's breaking out on the daily, so I'm gonna hold most of my trade at the same time. Yeah, I mean, like we got the daily close above that swing yesterday, and you know we're just gonna continue. I might as well delete that now as well. So yeah, everyone happy. Anything you want me to look at? Any potential things that you want to long? Any spot requests? So I actually feel quite comfortable is when we stop off on Bitcoin, potentially buying some spot. I know SMT's pumped like 50%, didn't it? SMT. Wait, what did SMT do? And maybe some Trio because we know the boys are gonna put them bots on Trio. So SMT. Sorry, sorry about if I sound a bit tired. I'm a little bit sick. I woke up with the maddest headache this morning. Like, so yeah, like this is still not something that I would buy from a chart perspective. But again, what did this just do? 140%. Oh shit. So from yesterday, let's just take it from the last 24 hours. It did a 73% pump in 12 hours. Again, if this comes back down, which it looks like it is, into here, I might buy a bit more spot just because I do own a bag of SMT and it is down. I accumulated mine at around 7. I actually accumulated mine at around 7 cents ages ago. It must have been like, I don't even think this chart goes all the way back, does it? I need the I need the what's it called? Uniswap. I need the Uniswap chart, but back in like must have been like 2023, it was down here at 7 cents, and I accumulate quite a lot. So if this does do the retest, just in the hope of bringing my entry price down from here down to like here, I might buy a bit more here, and then hopefully we get that, and I can just like yeah, I can just be happy. and just get out a profit. Um, what else? Trio, yeah, I might even get some more Trio. My entry price is actually quite high on Trio, but I think I bought some. I bought some at $1, and then I bought some more at about 175. So I'm about 150. I'm about in here somewhere as my entry price. So again, in the interest of potentially getting my entry my average price down to like $1, I might try and just do some magic on some of my alt bags that are down. But yeah, had a really nice trade on Hype 15 minutes, hit full TP, wish I held some more, looking for a re-entry on any back test. Can you look at TRB again? Yes, sure. So let's have a look at Hype quickly for young sir. Well, he's probably not young. I'm probably younger than him, but let's do. Yeah, so it's so hard to just try and find an area to get a retest on coins like this, isn't it? Because they're just literally just ballooning up. What I will say is we maybe have a localized failure, just very very locally here. We have a little new low from there, and we also, if we don't make a new high here, it might be a potential area to potentially take this down. I mean, I'm not saying don't short this, but potentially back down to the daily open. The combination band's coming in around here, so the first swing will be like there. But yeah, I'd say, I mean, in between 44.4 and 43.8, you could potentially look for a re-entry if your parameters get hit. That's what I would say. It's obviously very difficult to try and get like know where it's going to stop once it does start the breakdown because we're in such a heavy uptrend. But I'd obviously say this area is potentially an area to hold on the first test. But yeah, it looks really good. Like Hype loves to do something like that where it just like it goes and then retest and then that didn't even retest that high. It just went. But yeah, I'm happy, man. I'm very very happy. Like we do have Mr. Zeus to thank for Hype, to be fair. But yeah, let's have a look at TRB because this thing just pumps randomly, doesn't it? So I mean, TRB it did the daily Stuber. What's going on with my mouse? What the fuck? It did the daily Stuber, didn't it? Yeah, it did the daily Stuber. Um, Coming up to potentially a little bit of resistance in between here and here. This is the low of the swing. We're literally at it right now. It comes in around the 618, so I'm not even going to draw it on. But potentially between here and Feb, we might see a little bit of resistance. I'd say this has a little bit more room to run as we're not too oversold on the daily just yet on the oscillator. Where do the combination bands come in? They come in around Feb, so potentially that definitely does have a little bit more room to run. On the 12-hour, let's just have a look at this quickly. Actually, do you know what? We should look at the liquidations quickly on the daily. Okay, that's not really saying too much. Yeah, there's potentially a liquidation dead zone here where you might see a bit of a pullback to the daily, weekly, and the June. Sorry, not weekly, to the June level, and then I would expect this to definitely go up and hit Feb at some point, where we might see a more sizable retrace there. On the 4-hour, yeah, again, you got one wick into the band, you're overbought. You might get, if you get one more, you're super cooked on the retail stablecoin demand. If you get one more wick and a close below this band, it's probably going to come to June and then maybe even into this swing here. But yeah, I do think this is going to hit Feb, and yeah, it looks good. I mean that this low of the swing right here comes in literally around the 618, so that's why I don't want to draw it on. So the resistance is quite well exemplified by this swing, and obviously we've got the red box, the supply, and the combination band there as well. And then we're also cooked on the oscillator. But yeah, I think that's gonna go hit Feb. It's definitely like on the daily, it definitely has room to run, and the combination band comes in around Feb as well, which is also the top of this swing. So looking good, man. Looking good. Looking good. Actually, let's have a look at lower time frames as well because people might want to start scalping it out. It still looks not too bad. Not the worst. Yeah, it just kind of just looks like it's I mean, to be honest, if it does the retrace now, it could actually just come up and do one more into like 45. But yeah, it's looking good. Feb on the daily. So hoping Bitcoin would retest daily, but not looking likely. Yeah, I feel like everyone is probably hoping for that, aren't they? That's why I want to hold most of my longs, just because I feel like so many people are probably sidelined, and the long to short ratio is just absolutely bonkers at the moment. But yeah, if this does maybe do something like that, it definitely still could come back down. I actually do want to see this come back down and test the daily because I just want to see what happens to the long to short ratio over the next like few days. But it's definitely going to be some interesting weekend price action this week for sure. And yeah, that weekly candle just looks absolutely monstrous, doesn't it? It looks so good. Potentially, we need to make a new high from here on the retail stablecoin demand. Otherwise, we're just gonna bear div it again. Every time we bear div on this, it just marks like a short-term top. Obviously, like it's so early to say that, but yeah, we would like to make a new high from like 55 point. I don't know where exactly it is, but maybe 56. We're actually quite close to it, to be fair. So yeah, but yeah, in terms of some new trades, I think it's just you're just in that awkward zone where it's a little bit too late to long, but you don't really want to short this just yet and get absolutely cooked. Something like this might be quite good. If we just put that on, like a 15-minute swing like this, which also made a new high from there. So let me just take those off actually. It's like really micro. So something like this might be good. You've also got a combination band, you've got overlapping spot, and you've got the daily open there. You obviously just want to hold that. Uh, might be good if you're really looking for a scalp, but personally, I'm not going to at the moment. I mean, you could have a stop of about 0. 0.3, so you could even take that on like 20x. And if you're on 20x and you get it around the daily open, you could potentially take it all the way up there. So it's about, yeah, not bad. But yeah, I'm basically just chilling and once we do the pullback, I'm going to definitely look for some opportunity in spot, especially on some coins that I'm already in that I'm a little bit down on. This was actually another one that did quite well. Was Injective. We didn't take this, but we did look at this on stream as well. Right in here. About 25%. Not bad, not bad. But yeah, I also had like a I had some orders set on like chill guy, but they just didn't get hit. That would have been such a good trade if I got it down here. 63%. Jesus. Yeah, I think I just set them a bit too late on this. And then I tried to get this one to this one, and it just didn't drop the Q3. I thought we were going to get it when it dropped the Q3 down there, but hey ho, that's the game we play. But yeah, I guess we'll have a look at some other alts just very quickly. The FET short is not going to be a thing, I don't think. So we're going to delete that. It looks like it's literally... Whoa, look at those wicks on the 4 hour, bro. That's insane. It just did a retest and then it did a test to the upside as well. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, I don't want to take that short anymore. It was just going to be a hedge anyway, but yeah, not really that good. AVAX looks like it's everything looks like it's breaking out, to be fair. Especially on the daily, I would recommend just going to the daily chart and looking where the swing is and um where it coincides with the combination band. So you've also got the low of this swing is here as well. So basically, for example, if you're looking at near and you're looking at potentially an area where it might make a reversal and it's just there like on the edge of the combination band. You've also got like multiple swings in there, but yeah, don't blindly short them. Just look at the hourly, wait for a breakdown, bang bang bang, and then you could maybe catch a short. Look at hype just going absolutely crazy. So, is anyone actually in any longs? Like, what are we working with here? Because yeah, I'm in some pretty good ones. And do you have any potential spot coins for an alt rotation? I know Brumby bought a shit ton of render back down here. That was a good buy, man. That was a really good buy. And we did that sneaky retest, bang. What's Tia doing? Tia's actually breaking out, which is nice. It looks like it's closed above this swing over here. So the next up on this is June, and this is where we retest failured here that led us to the massive low. So if actually we can reclaim that, it's going to be looking super giga pumpy. Yo, I'm mega long trying not to sell. Me too, Plumbus, bro. I've obviously taken like my goat trade did like 40% overnight, so I've like obviously taken off like 40% of the trade. But like I'm really trying to hold on to like quite a lot of my longs just because I feel like we're gonna get an alt rotation. And if I sell too fast, I'm just gonna yeah, it's just gonna be so annoying. Because like they're just gonna leave us all sidelined, aren't they? Link Dodge Pengu long from 9.5. 9.5 on what? How about Tron? We'll do Tron. I think these prices are great even now. If the market really gets going, Tao's a good spot hold. Exactly. Yeah, I'm a spot holder of Tao. It's tough, too easy to get paid, but also easy now to really get left at the train station. Yeah, I agree. Do you know what's really gonna? It's really gonna be very telling when Bitcoin stops. So I think if Bitcoin stops between now and 120k, to see if we get like a pullback or if we get like a slow grind and alts go, then the market will be in a really good position. If everything pulls back with Bitcoin, I'll still buy, but yeah, I'm more trying to like wait a little bit. Pullbacks are buying for buying definitely, especially on alts. I'm spot long on alts, waiting for the pop off. Yeah, me too, bro. Anyway, let's do Link, Doge, and Pengu. Actually, I should add Pengu to my hype. So on hype, basically, I keep telling you about this now. On Hyperliquid, I only trade on 3x cross. I only trade on 3x cross, and what I do is I just do a Stuber, either a Stuber long or a Stuber short on the 4 hour, and I just set 3x cross bids in the 786 and 886 pocket, and that's all I do, and I just wait, and I just wait. I think it's the new tech. Some things I even do 2x cross, just because it's too much. So Link, yeah, Link's at resistance. I think this is going to act as resistance. We're also getting to the oversold area. We're getting that like light cloud, especially at the top as well. Has a little bit more room to run on the retail stablecoin demand, but I think this first wick on the daily candle is quite telling that we might see a little bit of resistance here. And sorry, again, we're also at this low of the swing right here, which is also the high. So I definitely think we could see a pullback here on Link. Doesn't mean I don't think it's going to go higher, because I actually do think the market is going to go higher. But yeah, that just looks pullbacky. Pullbacky? Backy. You basically just need to see an hourly breakdown, and then you can like retest short this from there to there. Yeah, the 4 hour is also looking a little bit cooked. I mean, if you get a close below that daily on the 4 hour, it's yeah, it's probably going to come down. In terms of places where it's going to hold, I think it's going to hold in between, probably May, around there, around this swing, or something like that. Just a little stop off, and then like the next one. Yeah, everything's looking super bullish, but just at resistance. Is This is definitely at resistance, I think. But yeah, it could still run. It just looks like it's gonna pull back potentially. Let's have a look at Doge again. This is kind of the same thing. Let's get the price chart up. This is kind of the same thing. I mean, I'm just gonna draw. I mean, I don't actually need to draw a I don't need to draw a ray on this, because June is exemplifying it perfectly. We've also got the March level coming in quite nice to create kind of like a swing structure in this combination band. Not structure, but like a swing, like a potential area for resistance. Again, kind of same thing. It's just potentially looking like it wants to like have a pullback. Again, if this comes down, it could even bullishly hold its daily open and go again, or it could just come back down and retest this swing in here, where we have some new support, and this combination band's probably going to go like that. And then yeah, at the lowest I can see this going is probably like May, on like something like that, and then yeah, back up. But it also, again, it still looks really good. We're just at resistance. Yeah, we just taken a little bit of liquidations there as well. I didn't actually look at the link liquidations, did I? Just on the daily, just taking a little bit right here in the combination band. Anyway, Pengu, which I actually should start trading, because this thing is probably moves like absolutely nutty. Yeah. So, not much in the way of this. We obviously have a swing right here, which we're coming up to, which potentially might be some short-term resistance. It doesn't really look like there's much in the way of this. We've got some bear div on the daily, obviously overbought as well. I mean, you could see a pullback in here in this swing on the first test, but then obviously anything in here is just for like relonging, and then potentially it's going to go up into its yearly open. Is there actually a better chart on this? Maybe the spot chart. Yeah. 2, 3, and 2, 5 might be an area for a pullback potentially. That looks quite good though. That daily looks like it's just absolutely shooting for the stars right now. Let's have a look at this on the 4 hour quick. It didn't really give you that much chance to get in, but the best trade would have been right here. Oh, that didn't even go down to the pocket. Lol. That's crazy. We've established some really good support around here now, so I doubt this is going to drop, even if we get a pullback. Tau. Tau USDT. So yeah, I am a spot holder of Tau. I can't remember what my entry price was. It's I'm probably in profit now, but it wasn't a great entry price by any means. Let's just do the Nance chart. This doesn't actually look as good as other things. We obviously got the wick into the band and the W reversal when we got the bull div on the daily at the same time, and we got the reversal on the retail stablecoin demand, signifying a bottom. When these three line up, by the way, especially in the combination band, it's like a gold mine. I've noticed. This still looks a bit bearish just because we made a new low from there. The way to change that is obviously this is going to act as resistance, and we're probably going to do a higher low from there, and then yeah, hopefully do something like that and break this high on the second go. I don't think it's going to break it on the first go. But yeah, if we do come up into here, I think this combination band's probably going to start arcing up towards there, and you'll get a nice relong around 340 to 360-ish, which I think is around my entry price. So yeah, that's Tau. I also like Tau as the project. I like the project quite a lot, so I am a spot holder of TAO. TAO. I bought the bottom on Pengu. Let's go, bro. Plumbus. Everyone needs a Plumbus in their life, bro. I mean, I'm long on them at the moment. Okay. Definitely take some profit, bro. CRV is fairly good entries. One thing that's of concern to me is all alts that have that pattern where we are at a point now is would retrace like 60-70% move and then bounce, but who knows? Reclaim the launch wick. That would be nice. It broke up nicely yesterday. Zoom out a little. We've broken major resistance. Retest that and off to the races. Cheers, Gov. Got to go. See you later, bro. It'll do well, lol. Yeah, Tau will do well. What were you talking about? Zoom out a little on? Is it Tau? Was Tau? Yeah. I mean, yeah, I definitely like the project as well, and I'm just saying from the charting perspective, it doesn't look as good as some of the others, but it still has the potential to look quite good. This also didn't actually dump that much as much as some of the others as well, so I only did what like 40%. Some others did like 60-70%, bro. For example, how much did AVAX do from here? Okay, 40% as well, fair. Okay, so about the same. But yeah, I mean, happy days, and yeah, I'm gonna be holding most of my longs, trying not to sell them. Like I really just want to take all the profit and just be like happy, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna hold them for longer because I'm not a fucking pussy. And yeah, for now I'm not really gonna do anything. If you do see some localized failures on the hourly or the 4 hour, Feel free to take a short if it has a tight invalidation, so maybe like 2% raw stop at max. And obviously you want to be trading on like 4 or 5x. And then yeah, just let's wait for some retraces. And we'll see what happens over the weekend and into Monday. But yeah, it's just we're just in that sort of like area where it's like you can't really short yet because we're in a heavy uptrend, but you can't also long because we're at resistance. So just one of them ones. And yeah, if you see the breakdowns over the weekend, you can, like I said, take a few shorts. But hopefully Sunday into Monday, if you're looking for longs, we might get something like that, and then you could like load up, and we go again. But yeah, keep an eye on the long to short, and it's in good shape. I always see the beauty in the carnage. You guys rocking Fartcoin? Oh, for sure, bro. Yeah, I've got two. I'm currently running two positions on Fartcoin. I've got one on Femix, um, which I've completely taken out all the margin of, which is on 50x lev now, and the entry price is around 1.048, which I gave in the Pro Sigs, and then I've got a larger one on Hyperliquid, which is 3x cross, and that entry price is at 0.95 cents. So yeah, I'm rocking Fartcoin pretty heavy. I actually don't own any spot, which is why I'm really trying to not take too much profit on my trades. But just after it's everything's done like 40%, it's like it would be silly not to like sell quite like nearly half, at least half or something, and then just leave the rest to absolutely just moonship, moonpig.com it. Nice. Attention going to be on Pump this weekend, the Pump Pump token launch. Worth bidding the dump in my O. Why? What do we think, guys? What do we think about Pump Pump launch? Cause for me, I've just been burnt way too many times for shit like this. I'd rather just short the shit out of it. Like, how many times have we all been burnt by a fucking token launch? I feel it will snap heavy and then go, maybe. I mean, it just seems like exit liquidity. Lol, I love airdrops, always dump. I mean, yeah, so I did actually read what you were saying in the altcoin chat, Honey and Silk, and you were saying that you're gonna get a fat airdrop. I mean, the airdrops in themselves were crazy. I think you had to do like 1 mil volume for 1,000 or some shit. Like that's not that much. Like, I mean, I guess it's a little bit, but same been burnt too many times. I'm out. I mean, bro, this is what I mean, bro. Like, why don't I just buy some more Fartcoin? Surely that's a better use of my capital. GMX hacker returned the funds. Long GMX. I bought sport yesterday on the carnage. Oh, for real? What's happening with self chain as well? Someone put self chain are having like real problems. Yeah, so I think everyone should put an alert on self chain. If it does come back up to like 8 cents, just short the shit out of it because they have apparently that some guy said they have some really like I can't even remember what he said. He said something like they're insolvent or some shit. I don't know. But if this does manage to do something like that, yeah, I'll short that. Anyway, GMX. You said GMX, yeah. GMX. Oh, damn. Damn, boy. Yeah, this just retested the low as well. So, yeah, that's also in the combination, man. That's probably going to hold. That's going to bull div heavily as well, bro. We've got the retail stablecoin demand change there. And we're going to bull div from there to there. Like, absolute, like no one's business. Yeah, not bad. Obviously at resistance, I wouldn't buy it now, but yeah, if this comes down to the Q2, sure. That's what I'm saying on that. I'm gonna set an alert for 12-ish. Bash. Big bash. GMX will be 25 to 30 and everyone will be like, wasn't that hacked? Yeah. Quite a lot of the time the bottom on some of this shit is like when they get hacked or when they have like the maddest like FUD event and it just does one fat of sell off candle and then that's the bottom. Because all the weak hands get out and all the strong hands just accumulate and then it just absolutely just that's it. Like story over. Well, so there are decks, right? Other than Luna. Oh yeah, Luna, but that was yeah, true. That is true. Bro, I I had Luna at like what? I must have bought Luna at like $10 or $15 and I sold it at like 50 or 60 somewhere in there and I was like I'm a genius. And then it went to 100 and I'm like I'm a fucking retard and then it went to 0. I'm like I'm a genius. What's RPL doing? I don't even know. RPL. Yeah, this is obviously absolutely ripping. This is ripping his shit off. This had really obvious accumulation in here. What's the move on this? 30%, not too bad. I think that's going to go up and hit March. Yeah, that's going to go up and hit March. But yeah, I think no, I'm not going to be done yet. Normally ramps up nicely with ETH. It'll do very well when ETH does its thing. Yeah, I think ETH is going to do its thing soon, bro. Like if you're still heavily in Bitcoin and you haven't rotated yet, G to the fucking G's. But actually, we haven't even seen the Bitcoin. Yeah, you actually don't even want to just do it preemptively, do you? I do think ETH is due a catch up though. Also, what happened with this 5 minute trade? Oh, nearly. very close, but not quite. What did you say again? Say. If we can break 3.1 and 3.2, find support on ETH, we Gucci. Yeah, I agree, bro. I still think it's looking pretty good anyway at the moment. Say you love me. So this thing, yo, that looks insane. Insane. Yo, this is mooning. That's a really bullish backtest as well. Um, just watch out. We're potentially like at resistance again. I mean, I feel like a broken record on all this shit. Like we're potentially at resistance just in this little swing area. And obviously, I flicked on the combination band, and we are like still there. We're also obviously gonna bear div on the daily, but it's not really that important at the moment. Yeah, where the liquidation's just above, you might get something like this, a tag, and then if we fail, like come back down and retest. But for now, it obviously looks like it's gonna moon. Just be careful that we are in some potential resistance. We kind of want to see us like clear this and then like bullishly backtest this area for a continuation, and then like keep going. But yeah, It doesn't look that bad, and it could even come back down to Q3 and then still look really bullish, especially because we made a new high now off this. So you could even pull a fib from like here if we do stop anywhere like in between here and here, and then yeah, like Q2. But I think it looks quite good. That actually looks quite nice. This is really strong. What is Say, by the way? Is it connected to Sui or am I tripping? Like, everything is definitely going to go hit its yearly open sooner or later. Like, I've literally been talking about 3.3k on ETH for yonks. Literally, this area. I've been talking about this yearly open, the amount of like liquidity just above here, like 3.4, probably since like February, March, like somewhere in here. I was like, we're definitely going to hit 3.4 at some point before the bear market. Well, I didn't actually say before the bear market, but that's what I meant. Yeah, should I leave these vertical lines on? But anyway, say to 260 before end of bull, probably conservative, but that's one of my targets. Long termy, it'll be a painful trip as usual. Entirely different blockchain. Oh, okay, it's a competitor to Sui. Okay, nice. Have a lot of developers using it, but no users yet. It will do a Sui in my own. I like ICP also, such a shitcoin, but it's fast, so it has. I don't like ICP, bro. Like, fuck that shit. I mean, like, it's just like, isn't it a bit of a meme? You can obviously make money on anything in this market because if you just buy here and sell there, like you're gonna make money. But I just think you're better off putting your capital into something like a Filecoin or even Tau than ICP. And what ICP is ICP a blockchain? So then again, like you might even prefer Sui and just consolidating some more capital because like why would you buy this? I don't get. I don't see the reason. It's just a dead coin. And it doesn't even move as hard as the others. So, like for example, Say just did 30%. You might as well buy Say. Say to 260. That'd be nuts. I don't know if that is possible yet because there is potentially a bearish Stuba in here on the weekly. I think yeah, between December and this swing, it's gonna potentially get dicey. But again, like if we do get up to here, like it's potentially just gonna do that and then do like a macro higher low, like bullish backtest. But I don't know, it's way too early to tell. D-Fly, fuck that shit. It just straight dumps. But to be honest, it's gonna have his day. I like ICP also. Such okay. ICP fundamentals tech is pretty good. Yeah, but always everyone's always said that, but no one gives a shit about tech. I've got to be honest. Well, actually, that's not true. We do give a shit, but like, isn't it just a dead coin? I see Jasmy moves happening to ICP. I do know about Jasmy, to be fair. Yeah, it's kind of sad. I think ICP is probably one of the only chains that can do what ETH actually want to do. Yeah, didn't they just like mess up their launch or something, and then they are completely diluting their market cap, so it's just never going to go back to all-time high or something. But like you said, the tech is actually pretty decent, but no one really cares about that. Yeah, let me know. Bitcoin tech stalled 8 years ago and it's top dog. Yeah, that's just because it's the best. I like to swim with underdogs as I will always be one. It will change with the regs, etc. Fundamentals will become key. Maybe you actually do have a point there as well, because I'm actually quite big into like regulated coins and the like sort of like fundamental stuff. But I just think ICP, everyone has the like everyone already has the pre notion that it's like just a dead coin or like a meme. It's kind of just like it gives me EOS vibes, you know, but like the opposite. Because EOS actually had its like day in like 2017 bull market and actually went up and then just never recovered. ICP just did the opposite. It just dumped from its price and then it's just done nothing. Akash is interesting at the moment. I do actually know a little bit about Akash. Akash, AKT, yeah. I've heard this is like a decent. Is it a blockchain or what? So yeah, there's definitely a bit of risk to reward on here. You know. So even if you're like looking at something like, let's just say for example this, you're potentially looking at 300%, or at the minimum you're looking at like 150. It's not too bad actually. It's not too bad. Big money will bring us to Valhalla, and then they'll look for those use cases and fundamentals. But I just think there'll be something new by that time. And ICP, everyone's already got the like. It's like it's very hard to shake that sort of reputation. Do you not think? And something better will just come along in the next 2 years for the next bull market. I just think it's I just think it's a little bit of a death sentence for your capital. Meanwhile, in Ireland, there's tons of people burning pallets. Lol. Bitcoin is at all-time highs. Yeah, yeah. Spot gamma hold, it ain't my world. Yeah. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, Mayor. Oh shit. Mad thunder. Mad lightning. I'm getting the craziest headache. I think I'm not really big on anything other than the percent in the end. Yeah, but that's why I'm saying like your money in ICP might be just better off in Fartcoin because I just think Fartcoin or even like hype. Oh, but yeah, to round it all off, did anyone buy any Nike when I told Max and Viking to buy it like a little while ago? I think it was in at the start of April, just like a couple weeks before Dubai. I went to Dubai. I just said this is gonna be the easiest trade of your life. You literally just buy some down here because Vietnam, Nike have loads of fucking factories in Vietnam, and I'm pretty sure Vietnam was gonna do a deal with them on the like tariffs or some shit. So I was like, this is just gonna be the easiest like 50% of your life. And like I guess it did 45 or 40ish. Nike was a great call. I didn't take it. Oh, no worries, bro. You can't take them all, to be honest. To take something like that, you also need to have like a fair amount of capital to actually make it worthwhile. Like, you're not gonna buy like what 3 grand of Nike, are you? And get 40%. Like, what's your view on? Oh, I haven't ever traded stocks. I don't really ever trade stocks any as well, and I probably won't if Rachel Creeves comes for my ISA. Is alt a stock? What is alt? Alt. No, it's a crypto. Yeah, I don't know anything about this, bro. I literally couldn't tell you anything about this. Other than it's hit major resistance and it's probably gonna like retest its Q2. Let me finish up. So yeah, I couldn't tell you anything about this, but I've actually got to go, guys. Nike was a great call. I didn't take it. It was revealed. No, I haven't traded stocks. Could do a hyper. Oh yeah, I did actually see that hyper went also mental crazy. So is this completely different to hype then? Oh my god, what we're back in the fun zone, guys. We're literally back in the fun zone of the market. I love it here. I actually love it here so much. Yo, 500%. What the fuck? This is nuts. Yeah, I've just had my lady come and sit on me, so yeah, yesterday Hyper did insane moves. Yeah, absolutely nuts. Chat, bro. Yeah, no worries. Because I said I was only going to be an hour, and it's been an hour and 10 minutes, and now she's getting. um. So yeah, everyone have a great weekend. Obviously watch the like localized breakdowns. The short button is banned unless you want to like scalp with a time validation. Again, new stubers have opened up because we made new highs. Hold your longs and potentially look at some new spot bags to like DCA into. If you're down on any spot coins, definitely do a little bit of research on your chart on the charts and like if the project's still building, check their Twitter, check their token unlocks and stuff like that. And if you feel comfortable, then potentially you could try and DCA down some of your bags, like I'm potentially going to do in the next like couple of weeks. Um, but yeah, have a great weekend. Happy Bitcoin all-time high. It's been a great stream. And I'll see you on Monday. Thanks for the participation. Bye bye.